Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of the NCAA Football 2006 and SMU Death Penalty Dynasty. This is James coming back at you with more commentary. The number 1 SMU Mustangs travel up the road to Lawrence, Kansas and face the 1-8 Kansas Jayhawks. It's a cold day, 38 degrees. Not going to be a warm one here. It's November in Kansas. It's never really quite warm. As you can see by the standings, we have completely locked up the Big 12 North, so we will be making the Big 12 title game no matter what happens in the next 2 games. Can't imagine anything too crazy happening against Kansas and ECU, but you never know. Weird things have happened. But we have the Big 12 North locked up. We are going to be going to that Big 12 title game. We'll see who we play in that game. We're the number 1 team in the country. You can see Drayton Anderson is having an absolutely massive second half of the season. And he is putting up Heisman Trophy-worthy numbers. Eric Clark's won it 2 years in a row. He's going to have his work out for him to hold off Drayton Anderson. We'll see what happens down the stretch here. We got 2 big games here, basically just tune-up games. We've put a lot of work into the regular season, and we've gone to Missouri. We've had Nebraska. We've had Colorado. We've had Texas A&M. We've had some tests here early on or throughout this season. And now we kind of get like the reprieve of the Big 12 schedule. We get Kansas to end the season, and then we have a former Conference USA opponent in ECU. So basically, these are tune-up games. We're just trying to, make things feel good at this point. Kansas gets the ball first and scores a touchdown. Touchdown, Kansas. Dixon finds Ryan in the back of the end zone, 46-yard touchdown. Kansas scores in the first 30 seconds of this game and takes a 7-0 lead. You can see the play action there. He's got all day to throw. Heaves that thing. It's a beautiful throw in the back of the end zone. It's the only place his receiver could get it. Touchdown, Kansas. Go ahead and wave the wheat. So it's 7-0. Clark's going to go to work here. He's going to fire deep to Drayton Anderson, who's not particularly amused. Big-time catch by Drayton Anderson. Gets down to the Kansas 45-yard line. So you can see Drayton Anderson's in a mood here. Maybe he wants to put up some stats here. So we go back to work under center. Clark surveys. He's going to roll left. He's firing deep to Bryant Holt. And that one is going to overshoot everybody. So we're going to go back to work. We find man coverage, 2nd and 10. We got Freddie Wilson, has 40, 30, tries to juke, breaks a tackle, and gets all the way out to the 22-yard line of the Kansas Jayhawks. Under center, Clark looks, surveys, throws short, has Drayton Anderson, steps out of bounds. Maybe didn't take full advantage of that one right there, only a gain of 2. So hand this ball off, Jakari Brown finds the seam, follows his blocker, and gets inside the 10. First down, goal to go. First and goal at the 10, Clark under center, calling out the signals, runs the option, pitches it, but pitched it late, so it's a touchdown. I think we were trying to get Jakari Brown a cheap touchdown there, but we pitched it right as we crossed the goal line, so it's a touchdown. SMU, kind of a weird looking one, but a touchdown nonetheless. We'll take it. They go back to work. Dixon fires to Ryan, hits him again, but there is laundry on the field. This is going to be holding on Kansas. Lance Leipold is not going to like it, but it's 1st and 20. Dixon goes, tries to tuck it. This is a quarterback that has some speed. He's got some wheels as an impact guy. He's a big dude, so he's kind of following the tradition that Leipold likes to have there with the big running quarterback. This guy can throw a little bit too, but he doesn't have a lot of help around him. So it's 3rd and 5. Does a nice job there picking up some yards. Dixon throws short, intercepted. Cordell Cruz jumps in front of that one. You could see the pressure. Force that throw out just a little bit early and throwing across the field there. Dixon throws it right to Cordell Cruz, who jumped in front of the receiver. You can see we get a little bit of pressure with Edwards, the corner, and Cordell Cruz just jumps right in front of it. So beautiful looking defense there. We get a turnover, and we're at their 35. We're under pressure. Clark throws off his back foot to Drayton Anderson. 1 play, 1 catch. Touchdown SMU for number 4. 35-yard touchdown. A perfect throw on the run by Eric Clark. And Drayton Anderson made a full extension catch here. This is fantastic. Look at this. Fires it. He's got his man and hits him in the corner of the end zone. That is unstoppable. Beautiful throw here by Eric Clark. Showing it all off today. And it is 14-0 SMU halfway through the first. Kansas goes back to work. We got an impact back named Mitchell. Mitchell's been around a few years. This one's not going very farther. So it's 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1. They're going to go back to Mitchell. Breaks a couple tackles, but doesn't break a third. Barksdale cleans up that. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Double tight set. Under center. Dixon surveys, has time. Throws short over the middle, and that one's dropped anyway. That was not going to be a first down regardless, which means we get the ball right back after a pretty quick drive. Clark, shotgun left hash, firing to Drayton Anderson, who catches it, and look at the wheels. 30, 20, 10, 5. Man, he's fast. Touchdown, SMU. Drayton Anderson, distance job, 61-yard touchdown. He got the edge, and when he got behind the entire defense, it was deuces, man. See you later. We run this play a lot, and usually he gets caught from behind, but when he doesn't, look at this, man. He just leaves a dust of players. Look at the separation here. By the end of it, he's got like 7 yards of separation. That's crazy work. 21-7 here in the first quarter. We have responded to the touchdown with 3 touchdowns in pretty quick succession, and Kansas has got some work to do. They're going to go to Dixon again, picks up a first down on the ground after he tucks it and gets out to the 30-yard line. So the Kansas faithful, they're happy about that one. 1st and 10 at the 30. Shotgun Dixon, right hash, fires over the middle, nearly intercepted by Dupree Hawkins. We had a beat on that one. 2nd and 10. Shotgun Dixon, right hash, has time, scrambles, now throws right, going to double coverage, and that one's nearly brought down, but does fall incomplete to Barrett. So it's 3rd and 10. Dixon shotgun, no time there. Nate Mills all over it. His 14th sack of the season, leading the country in sacks. This was a big one. This one puts a quick end to that drive, and Kansas has to give the ball back to us with 45 seconds left in the quarter. We're going to fire right to Isaac Jones, who hauls it in, but is not able to get a foot inbound. So it's 2nd and 10. We get man coverage. Freddie Wilson, he's got space, has 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, and pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line. 22, let him know, man. He is such a threat out of the backfield. If you don't have it diagnosed like Colorado and A&M has, it gets bad quickly. Clark under center, Drayton Anderson, easy as you like. Touchdown, SMU. Anderson's 3rd touchdown of the quarter. An absolutely massive player for us. He has had an unbelievable half of this season. He started out like things were pretty even between the other receivers, but once he got that impact designation, man, Drayton Anderson has been one of the best we've ever had. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He's been unbelievable. We haven't had a guy that's had 99 speed. He can just make everything happen, and he's like 6'3", 6'4". It's crazy. Great looking player there. Lance Leipold can't believe what's happening here. He says, we're up 7-0. What's going on? Now it's 28-7 as we head to the second quarter, and Kansas is facing a 1st and 20. So we'll see what they can do here. Dixon's going to go back to work at his own 30. He's going to play action. He's going to look, throw over the middle, and that one's going to be caught by Ryan, the touchdown recipient earlier in this game. And they got 2nd and 10, so they get the penalty yardage back. Dixon's going to tuck it here, try to go right, and he's going to run directly into Nate Mills. That's not going to work. Loss of 2, 3rd and 12, shotgun right hash. Dixon surveys, throws into double coverage, and that one is once again knocked away. So SMU secondary has responded to the touchdown pretty well. We get the ball back here. Left hash, Clark. He's looking, doesn't have much to go with. He's going to throw it way late to Champ Wagner, who got away from his man, and we just kept the play alive over and over and over again. Unfortunately, it's all coming back. It was beautiful improvisation, but Elijah Durbin gets called for the holding, so it's 1st and 20. Clark got banged up on that play, and I was like, well, do I show this? The answer is no. He missed one play. So Brad Johnson throws an incomplete pass. Clark comes back in and finds Bryant Holt. He gets involved all the way across midfield. We get him behind a linebacker that's a mismatch all day. And 5 burns 55. So we get all the way down to the 44-yard line. Clark, shotgun left hash, surveys. He's going to fire, but he's hit as he throws, and that one's going to fall incomplete. 2nd and 10. We get man coverage, and we've got Freddie Wilson again. Has 40, has 35, and has a first down all the way out to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 under center. We hand out Jakari Brown. Big hole, 25-20. Drags a couple defenders down to the 16-yard line. So a nice gain of 15 there. Clark option left, pitches it off late. Jakari Brown drags a defender into the end zone. Touchdown, SMU Mustangs. Jakari Brown gets on the board again. Actually, that's his first time. He was going to get one, but his quarterback took it for him instead. So Jakari Brown's first touchdown of the game. It's 35-7. They fire over the middle. They've got the halfback Mitchell, who makes a nice catch. I believe the flag here, I think they're going to get us for pass interference, which It's pretty lame, but that's okay. They're going to go ahead and decline that. I think that's just fine. So it's 35-7. They get a fresh set of downs at their own 33. Play action. Dixon looking, surveys, throws right. That one overthrows everybody, but there's another flag on the play, and this one is once again in the vicinity of holding. It sure is. So Kansas is going to field another 1st and 20 in this game. Feels like that's the 3rd or 4th one of this half. Play action. Dixon, he's going to fire to the right to Mitchell, the halfback, who's not able to get away from Bryson Brown. Sure tackle there. It's only a gain of 6. So shotgun right hash. Dixon, play action. Nope, he's going to hand off to Mitchell this time. He meets Barksdale. Barksdale nails him. Only a 1-yard gain. So it's 3rd and long for the Jayhawks. Dixon surveys. Runs out of time. I believe that's Nigel Barnes gets another one. Yes, he does. Nigel Barnes comes off the edge. You think he got problems with Nate Mills, and then he got Nigel Barnes coming from the other side. Unstoppable. We get the ball back there. Clark, left hash, fires deep to Isaac Jones. This time he does get his foot in bounds, and they're going to call it a 9.5-yard gain. 2nd and inches. Brown gets the first down, drags a defender, goes forward and picks up a couple. So 1st and 10 at the Kansas 46. Clark, shotgun, rolling right, fires short to Brian Holt, hits 35 and gets out to the 30-yard line. So good looking play there. We are in business at the Kansas 29. We're firing deep down the field. It's double coverage. And that one's knocked away. We tried to get that one to Champ Wagner, but a great job by the corner to respond to the deep ball. Under center, Clark fires short to Drayton Anderson, uses the speed and gets all the way out to the 12-yard line. You can see him just separate from the DBs that are closing in on him. 1st and 10 at the 12. Brown picks his way, eventually finds a hole, and picks up a nice 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3 at the 5. Over the middle, Drayton Anderson. That is touchdown number 4 for Drayton Anderson. Number 4 for number 4, and it's from 5 yards out. 42-7 SMU here late in the first half. They're going to fire short to Barrett. Barrett catches that one, picks up about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. So double running back set here. Dixon, shotgun, high snap, fires short, a little bit behind the receiver there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Tight end left, shotgun direct, snap to Mitchell, who tries to pick it up, but Evan Favors makes a sure tackle. We're going to take another timeout, so we're going to get the ball back here. We're going to hand the ball to Jakari Brown with under a minute to go. That doesn't go anywhere. That one cost us some time. So Clark under center. He's going to fire short to Bryant Holt, who gets tackled after a couple of yards there. It's going to be 3rd and 4. We do decide to use our 2nd timeout. So it's 3rd and 4, shotgun. We go bunch right. We're going to roll right, looking for Drayton Anderson on the flag, and he's got it. Out to the 30, spin move, and is tackled down at the 27-yard line. We're going to go hurry up here. I think we're going to try to spike this ball with the Kansas defender. Let's see here. Is he clean? He's clean. So we go ahead and spike this football here, but not every Kansas defender got back. You can see on the left side of your screen, that player was way late getting over. So we get a free 5, and that stops the clock. So it's 1st and 5 at the 24. We fire short to Drayton Anderson and overthrow him. You don't see us do that very often with a quarterback of this caliber. 2nd and 5. We decide to hand off, which is risky, but we get the first down. Has 10, has 5. Jakari Brown, big time gain of 19, all the way out to the 5 under center. You know what time it is. Drayton Anderson from 5 yards out gets his 5th touchdown of the game. It is 49-7 SMU here in Lawrence, Kansas. So yeah, we've been in complete control. We are essentially naming our score here. Kansas, again, because of the issues that they've had the past few years, they are not a particularly good team, and we are basically doing whatever we want. I think this is the third time we played Kansas, and I don't think any of these games have been particularly competitive. So the Jayhawks are kind of worse for wear. It'd be an interesting project, except I just don't like their uniforms. Like in this game, they're way cooler in real life. They utilize their light blue a heck of a lot more than the red. These ones are like dark blue, like they're trying to be edgy or something, and they just don't look good on this game. They don't utilize the actual Jayhawk in any of their stuff. It's just like this bland KU lettering. Like, it's kind of gross, but, you know, I digress. I kind of feel bad for them a little bit, but, you know, their basketball team's good, so good for them. Clark, option left, pitches off to Jakari Brown, gets a nice gain there. So we got the ball to start the half, and we're on the move. We get man coverage. We got Wilson, has 15, has 10, has 5, and gets all the way down to the 1-yard line. Are we going to do it again? Nope, they got a linebacker there this time. So they go ahead, they take that play away. We're going to run it again. That linebacker didn't go anywhere. So Clark's going to roll out. He's going to see if he can find Isaac Jones. He has him, and touchdown SMU, except there's a flag on the play. Isaac Jones ran out of bounds on that route. You could tell in the back of the end zone, pulled a pulled a pretty weird maneuver there. So, yeah, that one's bizarre. We're going to go on 3rd and goal. We're going to go to Drayton Anderson again, this time on the screen. That is, yes, his 6th touchdown of the game. Drayton Anderson is having an entire season here in Manhattan, Kansas. The NCAA record before I broke it with 10 is 7. So he's got 6. 10, the one I have 10 in is a previous Colorado State Dynasty where I was getting one play that was just working, and I just did it over and over and over. Here's our next touchdown. It's Bryant Holt. We got the ball back, and we scored on a distance job. So another 60-yard touchdown. Bryant Holt gets a touchdown here late in the 3rd quarter. This one, we get man coverage. They bring the safeties up, and yeah, Eric Clark throws a perfect pass. Bryant Holt's a mismatch, man. I know he's like our 3rd choice on this team. He is an absolute mismatch. And then late in the game, we got the backups in, and Freddie Wilson gets in on the ground as well, and that puts us at an even 70. And that is the final score, 70-7. SMU, one of our bigger blowouts of this dynasty. And remember, it was 7-0 Kansas 30 seconds into this game. We scored the final 70 points of this game. So, big-time blowout. I know Lance Leipold isn't too happy about it, but, I mean, we're scoring with the backups in the 4th quarter. We ran out the clock. We kneeled it out. We did what we had to do to get out of here as injury-free as we possibly could. And that moves us to 11-0. We're perfect. In Big 12 play, we got one more to go. You can see we just kind of went to the end of the game here. The stats are crazy. We'll go ahead and get to it right now. 722 total yards of offense to 167. We had almost 500 more yards than they did. That's crazy. We also rushed for 200. They rushed for 55, and they're a running team. You can see we went for 515 yards passing. We were perfect on 3rd down. They were 0 for 9 on 3rd down. And then you saw the interception to Cordell Cruz. Yeah, just an absolute dominating performance here. Dixon had the one big touchdown early, did nothing after that. Clark was nearly perfect. 22 for 37 touchdowns, no picks, 291 passer rating. Wilson gained 100 yards in garbage time. Brown gained 76. We have 3 receivers over 100 yards. Drayton Anderson, 10 receptions, 6 touchdowns. Absolutely crazy. So, yeah, so just an absolute blowout. We got ECU next. That's another tune-up game. It's a previous rival, but we've already played the strength of our schedule. We should stay number 1. There's nobody else that's undefeated out there. Hey, we'll see what happens. I appreciate you watching this one. We'll see you next time. Take care.